Welcome back. This is the right time of the year to get your yards, trees, and shrubs in their best condition to survive whatever winter brings. Our garden expert, Derek Thomas with Thomas Landscapes, joins us now with some tips on what to prune and when. And he also has tips for anybody who hasn't completed their cleanup after last week's superstorm. A lot of folks, now we're relatively okay here. In other parts of the country, a big mess as a result of the storm, but still, it's time to clean up anyway.
It's time to clean up, and you know, the thing about being relatively okay, you may think that the tree relatively survived, but it may have damage that in a future storm could become a problem.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And so that's, you know, there's a couple of things that need to be done now to prepare the plants for winter and then going forward.
Okay.
Things like your herbaceous perennials. This is a hellebore, and it's an interesting plant because it produces new leaves this time of the year. Oh. What you actually want to do is go in there and remove the older leaves.
Now, they look healthy to me.
They do look healthy, but what's going to happen is eventually they're going to turn like this brown one. So doing it preemptively and going ahead and taking those off, what it's going to do is we've got some, you know, some days that are pretty temperate still in the forecast. This will be able to grow out, flush out, and be ready to weather the storm for winter. Plants like this sedum, what ends up happening with this sedum is this time of the year, it still looks okay. But if we get a storm, a snowstorm like what they're getting right now north of us, this stuff can break, it can cause the plant to heave, and then it can disturb the roots. So what you want to do with your perennials like this time of the year is clean all of this up. It's going to keep the roots safe. You can also do a nice top dressing of mulch, and it's also a great time of the year to do any fertilization that you're going to do.
I'm always a little startled when you do that, but you got to be aggressive.
But you've got to be aggressive. That is an herbaceous perennial. All of that would die anyway.
Okay.
And if it gets laden with ice, it'll heave it out, and you'll do root damage.
Gotcha.
Now, one of the things to make sure that, and you see how easy these pruners are going through it, make sure you've got a good set of pruners, make sure the pruners are sharp, and make sure that you're careful. Plants like this shrub, it's got heavy growth that happened, it maybe has some growth that got damaged. What you want to do with these shrubs, if you're in any doubt, take it out.
Prune it out.
Yeah, prune it out.
Wow, you're going all the way down there.
That one, well, that one's got some, it's got a bit of damage in the center there.
Okay.
So go ahead and, you know, take this down, reduce the mass, and therefore you're not going to have as much plant material that ice and snow can damage, and then your plant's going to thank you for it in early spring because this is going to flush out and it's going to go gangbusters.
So it really is about picturing what might happen down the road. You know, we tend to get snow, we tend to get the ice, and you know, there you go.
And these were a bit, you know, these were a bit. There was a lot of stem here that had absolutely no support. And if you can imagine these leaves getting weighted down, and suddenly what ends up happening, it snaps.
Right.
Now, the last thing, Tony, and we're going to get you involved in this.
Okay.
Okay, so we talked about some of the damage that may have occurred during the superstorm.
Yep.
I'm going to let you hang on to those.
Is this a super pruner?
That's a big pair of bypass pruners.
Okay.
And you see right in here where there's that little bit of marginal damage, people will be inclined to go just to here and prune it. You know, they're a little bit afraid of taking that growth off. What I want you to do, Tony, is I want you to go all the way back to where we see a healthy node.
Down here?
This is nice and healthy. Take all of this out because there's already been some damage there too.
Okay.
So come in and come all the way back to here. Come in right there. There you go, on an angle. Perfect.
Okay.
We've taken out all of this bad, gnarly stuff. The plant in the spring is going to respond by giving all of its energy to a healthier part of itself. Yeah, I mean, just making sure, you know, if you take a look at what the plant is telling you, what looks healthy, what looks damaged, what's been snapped off, what may even be just hanging on. Go ahead and take it off. We talked about it right after the storm. People that want to take a string and tie it up because it's been broken or something. Go ahead and remove that part of the plant, and the plant will thank you for it.
All right, very good.
And follow me on Twitter.
Which is?
It's At Thomas Garden Guy. We've got a lot. We've got these and a lot of other good suggestions. At Thomas Garden Guy.
There you go. What else can I cut? I just want to keep cutting.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Derek.
We've already
Really?
proved this.
All right.
Yeah, go in there.
Yeah.
See,
Oh, I like that.
a good pair of pruners, and it makes your job easy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Allison, back to you.
Be careful.